Hello everyone, this is math and we are going to be talking about using reciprocals to divide fractions, which we've already been doing. This is just going to talk a little bit more about it and what it looks like. We're on page 281, and we're going to look at one together. It says 4/5 times what equals 1. So what it wants you to realize is that a reciprocal is the exact reverse of the fraction. So we've already talked about this, right? That 4/5 would be 5/4. Now, does that equal 1? If I did 4 times 5, is that the same as 5 times 4? Yes. And remember what I talked to you about yesterday is that anything diagonal that's the same cancel out. So it would be, that would equal 1. So look at number 2. It says 7/8 times what equals 1? Well, all I have to do there is put the reciprocal. 8/7. These cancel, and it equals 1. Now, what about 4? It says, it gives you the whole number 4. Well, what am I going to multiply times 4 to equal 1? Remember, a whole number is always over 1, 4 over 1. So if I want the reciprocal of a whole number, I have to put 1 over it. So 4 times 1/4. Cancels, cancels. Okay, look at the next one. 1/2 times what equals 1? What's the reciprocal of 1/2? 2 over 1. Cancels, cancels. Okay, now let's look at, I'm trying to erase. Okay, now let's look at the bottom of that page. Number 5 says 3/8 divided by 1/2. So we have already practiced this. We're going to do exactly what we did yesterday. We're going to keep the left number the same. We're going to change that to a multiplication. We're going to flip the one on the right. And then we're going to multiply straight across. And that's going to give us 6/8, which then will turn into 3/4, right? Okay, now look at number 6. 2 divided by 2/3. The 2 is going to stay the same. We're going to change to a multiplication and we're going to flip 3/2. Now look, this whole 2 is actually 2 over 1, isn't it? So I have a diagonal 2 that I can cancel out. So then all I have left is 3 over 1, which will equal 3. Okay? Now, look at number 7. 3/4 divided by 2. So I'm going to keep 3/4 because I always am going to flip the right number. So I'm going to multiply, and then 2 over 1 actually turns into 1 over 2. And then I'm going to multiply straight across, and I'm going to get 3/8. 3/8. That's going to be number 7. Actually, let's go back. Look at, okay, now we are on the back. Number 8 says 3/5 times what equals 1? Remember, all we have to do is flip that number. The number times the reciprocal is always going to equal 1. So all you're going to put there in that blank is 5/3. So for number 9, 5/8 times what equals 1? 8/5. And number 10, 6 times what equals 1? Remember I said earlier that a whole number is always over 1. So when I flip that, it's going to be 1/6. Okay, you should be able to do 8 through 15 now on your own based on that. And 16 is exactly what we did yesterday. 2/6 divided by 1/2. Oh, it says multiply to check the answer. If it is not correct, cross out the incorrect quotient. Find the correct answer using the reciprocal of the divisor. So really, you can just work that problem underneath and make sure that it turns out the way that they say it's supposed to. So 2/6 divided by 1/2, it should really be 2/6 times 2/1, which would be 4/6, which is the same as 2/3. So did they do the correct answer there? Yes, they did. Okay, and now number 17. Let me erase some of this. Number 17 has 1 divided by 3/4. So if I have 1 divided by 3/4, I'm just going to change it to 1 times 4/3, which is going to give me 4/3. And is that what they have there? Yes. Okay, the next one, 3/8 divided by 2, which is going to change into times 1/2 is equal to 3/16. So they actually have an incorrect answer there, don't they? They had 5/16, which would be incorrect. Okay, now you are going to use your knowledge of flipping and making those reciprocals to do 19 through 30, exactly the way we've practiced here. So 19, let me get you started. 4/9 divided by 2/3. We're going to change that. 4/9 times flip 3/2, multiply straight across, 12/18. Reduce. They can both be divided by what? 3, which would give me, oh, no, something bigger, huh? They both, oh, it's not wanting to erase. Oh, come on. Oh, well. Okay, let's get rid of that. They both can be divided by 6, which would be 2/3. Okay, that's what you're going to do all the way through. Flip the right, multiply. Flip the right, multiply. Now, in your comments below, I want you to give me any whole number and then give me its reciprocal. So, for example, if I did 3, I would put 3 and 1/3. This is the whole number, and this is the reciprocal. Okay, I want you to give me a whole number and its reciprocal. I'll be looking for it.